Hello and welcome to Benue Television News at 9. I am Jude Alaki. The headlines. Benue State awards contract for Achoho Waji Oji Roads. Former military governor of Benue State Air Vice Marshal Adebayo Lawal passes on. And on the international scene, UNICEF says millions of children going hungry in Sudan. The Benue State government has listed some roads in Oju and Obi areas among critical infrastructure to be constructed in the present administration. Governor Hyacinth earlier announced this alongside award of contracts for the construction of Achoho Waji to Oju, which would be assisted by the federal government. Correspondent Emmanuel Akula has.
This gathering of the people of Otukbo-Ihimini Federal Constituency is marking the end of Governor Hyacinth Alia's thank you tour to the 23 local government areas of Benue State. He is received by his deputy, Dr. Sam Mode, and other prominent sons and daughters of the area. Reviving of state moribund industries cited in Otukbo and Ihimini local government is the major message of the governor to these people, as he explains his visit to appreciate them for the mandate given him to become their governor. He says his administration has also given attention to empowerment of small and medium-scale enterprises and businesses, particularly garri production, in Ihimini local government for a formidable economy. The governor mandates his deputy, Dr. Sam Mode, works for the construction of Ahmadu Bello Way Otukbo that is awarded under Makudi Road.
God spoke to you and you nominated and gave me the election that no governor had ever received in Benue. This is why I've come back to say thank you, Otukbo Ihimini. If we haven't come to your doorposts or to your community, patience, we will get there.
Deputy Governor of Benue State, Dr. Sam Mode, conveys the gratitude of Otukbo-Ihimini Federal Constituency to the governor for the attention given them in his government through appointments and projects.
In the constitutional marriage between me and Father Alia, I can testify of good times. Let it be on record that this governor has given Zone C Commissioner for Finance. This governor has given to Zone C Commissioner for Agriculture. This governor has given to Zone C the Commissioner for Water Resources. This governor has given to Zone C the Commissioner for Power and Transport. This same governor has given us a commissioner that is looking after the whole women in the state. Yet this governor has given us the commissioner for science and tech. What more can Governor Alia do than this?
Member representing Otukbo-Ihimini Federal Constituency, Blessing Onu, State Assembly members from the areas, Commissioner for Finance, Michael Glegba, are among those who not only draw the governor's attention to the need for road infrastructure in the areas, but appeal for deliberate efforts to improve.
Your Excellency, we have very bad roads. Your name will be written in gold. Whenever you get a chance to see Mr. President, it is a federal road. These are Ahmadu Bello Road. Your name will be written in gold.
With the conclusion of the governor's tour of the state, it is hoped that he is better connected to the yearnings and challenges of his people to serve them better. Emmanuel Akula, Benue Television News, Makudi.
As part of efforts to revive the Igumale Cement Company, Benue State government has approved the construction of Igumale to Aguila Road. Governor Hyacinth earlier announced this Saturday at Okpoga during his visit to Okpoku. Adonsi correspondent Emmanuel Akula again reports.
It is the last day of Governor Hyacinth Alia's thank you visit to the people of Benue State. He arrives Ogbokwo, the headquarters of Apagatu Federal Constituency, and the hometown of the acting chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC in Benue State, Benjamin Omakolo. The visibly excited governor says he is grateful to the people of Apagatu for giving him votes that no governor in Benue State has ever gotten to become their governor. He again restates the commitment of his administration towards ending insecurity in the state, noting that as one of the areas worst hit by unprovoked attacks, the people of Apagatu deserve maximum attention to enable them return to their ancestral homes to live normal lives. The governor, who explains his interest in struggling to keep democracy for the good of the people, vows to remain with the people. He again emphasizes the need for formation of farm cooperatives to access agricultural incentives and loans at low interest rate to boost food production and maintain the state's status of the food basket of the nation.
But since we came in, this insecurity was like cancer. When we killed it this side, it sprung up this way. When we trimmed this one down, it was coming up this way. But as I'm speaking, even Apagatu is enjoying relative peace. But that doesn't mean that we have finished with the problem. We have so much work to do still.
Acting chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC in Benue State, Benjamin Omakolo, and Commissioner for Transport and Power, Omale Omade, lead other prominent sons and daughters of the area to applaud Governor Alia's efforts to stabilize security humanitized by the people, describing him as a courageous governor. People who reaffirm total loyalty and support to the governor, however, request for more infrastructural gaps to be filled in the area, particularly the opening of rural roads to connect and link them to other parts of the state.
You have distinguished yourself in all spheres, and the people of Benue State are very, very happy with you. And more particularly, that of Apagatu Federal Constituency.
For Senator Barnabas Gemade and Daniel Onje, the governor has demonstrated courage, integrity, and resilience that was lacking in Benue politics, promising not to stand in his way but support him to deliver on his mandate.
Once you have integrity, you are 99.9% done with your job as far as it relates to governance and even on our interpersonal relationship with people. That is why you will need to protect integrity. That is what you brought to the table.
Over 2,000 campees from other political parties joined the APC during the visit. Emmanuel Akula, Benue Television News, Makudi.
Thank you, Emmanuel. The Benue State Government Governor Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia has pronounced immediate building of classroom blocks and hostels at the Benue State Rehabilitation Center, P. Governor Alia made the pronouncement Monday when he paid an unscheduled visit to the school. According to the governor, the deliberate move is to address challenges of accommodation and provide a suitable learning environment for the students. Emmanuel Akula has the report. We'll take a break now, as we cannot bring you that report. When we come back, we'll bring you more stories. To stay.
office of the National Women Leader of All Progressive Congress APC, led by Honorable Dr. Mrs. Mary Alile Idele, is inviting all Nigerian women and Benue women in particular to a national program on enhancing gender space in politics. The nationwide program will be 2024 at the IBB Public Square, Makudi at 10 a.m. Expected to grace the occasion are the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, the Governor of Benue State, His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Alia, and his Deputy Governor Dr. Sam Odi, Speaker of Benue State House of Assembly Honorable Aondina Dajo, and his honorable members. Honorable Mike Onoja is chairman of the occasion, while Her Excellency Mrs. Christy Sam Odi is chair lady. Others are APC Party Chairman Benue State Honorable Benjamin Omakolo, Honorable Judith Yaya, APC Benue State Woman Leader, Commissioner Women Affairs Honorable Anne Itodo, among others. Announcer Honorable Scholastica Bemso, State Coordinator, Special Advisor on Women Affairs. The office of the National Women Leader of All Progressive Congress APC, led by Honorable Dr. Mrs. Mary Alile Idele, is inviting all Nigerian women and Benue women in particular to a national program on enhancing gender space in politics. The nationwide program will begin in Benue on June 29, 2024 at the IBB Public Square, Makudi at 10 a.m. Expected of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, the Governor of Benue State, His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Alia, and his Deputy Governor Dr. Sam Odi, Speaker of Benue State House of Assembly Honorable Aondina Dajo, and his honorable members. Honorable Mike Onoja is chairman of the occasion, while Her Excellency Mrs. Christy Sam Odi is chair lady. Others are APC Party Chairman Benue State Honorable Benjamin Omakolo, Honorable Judith Yaya, APC Benue State Woman Leader, Commissioner Women Affairs Honorable Anne Itodo, among others. Announcer Honorable Scholastica Bemso, State Coordinator, Special Advisor on Women Affairs. The office of the National Women Leader of All Progressive Congress APC, led by Honorable Dr. Mrs. Mary Alile Idele, is inviting all Nigerian women and Benue women in particular to a national program on enhancing gender space in politics. The nationwide program will begin in Benue on June 29, 2024 at the IBB Public Square, Makudi at 10 a.m. Expected to grace the occasion are the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, the Governor of Benue State, His Excellency, and his Deputy Governor Dr. Sam Odi, Speaker of Benue State House of Assembly Honorable Aondina Dajo, and his honorable members. Honorable Mike Onoja is chairman of the occasion, while Her Excellency Mrs. Christy Sam Odi is chair lady. Others are APC Party Chairman Benue State Honorable Benjamin Omakolo, Honorable Judith Yaya, APC Benue State Woman Leader, Commissioner Women Affairs Honorable Anne Itodo, among others. Announcer Honorable Scholastica Bemso, State Coordinator, Special Advisor on Women Affairs. The office of the
Welcome. The Benue State Ministry of Works, Housing and Urban Development, in collaboration with the State Ministry of Environment, has set up a joint task force with the clear mandate of tackling the incessant flooding in Makudi, the Benue State capital. Correspondent Franca Lanshima tells us more.
Seated here at the Commissioners' Conference Hall, Benue State Ministry of Works, Housing and Urban Development are the officials of the ministry and their counterparts from the Ministry of Environment to discuss the causes of flooding and possible the issue is tackled effectively. Addressing the gathering, Covering Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Works, Anas Ochia, charged the ministries and other agencies involved to work together and ensure that the problem of flooding becomes a thing of the past. Speaking, the Director of Civil Engineering, Benue State Ministry of Works, Steve Wombo, said the Joint Task Force is mandated to ensure that all drainage systems are taken care of and those caught emptying waste on the roads or in drainages are arrested and punished in accordance with the extant laws. He further called on the State Ministry of Land Survey and Solid Minerals to avoid issuance of lands to people on waterways.
The authority directed that we should have a task force in place comprising of Ministry of Works, Ministry of Environment, and Urban Development are part of these ministries, so that we have a task force in place. This task force will go around every day to see and check where and where we're having problems, and we attack it immediately.
In fact, there are two subsystem contracts for the dredging of River Benue. One from water resources, one from environment. So with the coming of the blue economy, the four ministries have been asked to streamline and ensure that both River Niger and Benue is dredged. If that dredging is not done, Benue can never be effectively drained.
Also speaking, the Director of Environment, Azage Richard, expressed his readiness to work and ensure the catchment areas in Makurdi town are free from flooding while dredging of River Benue is anticipated.
You see, it's about the complaints. Take action towards mitigating the problems they have. And Benue, Makurdi especially, is drained majorly by the Idi Basin. So these drainages, they have other smaller ones that feed into them. And because the big drainage is silted up, there's a lot of sand and debris. It is not receiving water, so it's not transmitting. That is why there's a backlash on the people. What we need to do is to remove the sand from the big drainage, and then the other ones will be able to feed, and then water moves back to the river and the flooding is stopped.
To effectively address the issue of perennial flooding, all hands must be on deck to ensure that adequate drainage systems are put in place and well maintained. Franca Lanshima, Benue Television News, Makurdi. Seated here are...
Thank you, Franca. Parents and caregivers have been mentioned to adolescents' care as a critical stage. The call is as a result of concerns over seeming neglect of children under adolescence. The call was made during Benue Television's live program Talk Health with the topic Adolescents' Care for Sustainable Health Systems. Iwange Baja brings us details. Apologize, we'll not be able to bring you that video now. We'll move on. Organized labor has kicked against the Federal Executive Council's decision to step down the memorandum on the report of the Tripartite Committee on New National Minimum Wage. Head of Public Relations, Nigeria Labour Congress Benson Upa, who criticized the failure of FEC to consider the memo during Tuesday's meeting, said, stepping down the Tripartite Committee report creates room for injurious speculation. And National Orientation Mohammed Idris told newsmen after the council meeting that FEC stepped down the memorandum on the new minimum wage to allow for more consultations between President Bola Tinubu, state governors, local government authorities, and the private sector. Idris said the council deferred action on the memo given that the federal government is not the sole stakeholder on the national minimum wage issue. The federal government, organized private sector and labor had held several meetings on the new minimum wage with NLC and TUC leaders insisting on 250,000 naira against the federal government, states and organized private sector's counter offer of 62,000 naira. The state governors have argued that they would not sustain any minimum wage higher than 60,000 naira. The Minister of Information argued 1,000 naira minimum wage proposal could undermine the economy, lead to mass retrenchment of workers, and jeopardize the welfare of Nigerians. Meanwhile, the organized private sector has restated its warning that any approval of a new national minimum wage above 62,000 naira could spark an industrial crisis and lead to job losses. It said an upward review by the president might lead to non-compliance by employers, which could lead to a series of industrial actions by aggrieved employees. A Director General of the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, NECA, Adewale Oyerinde, stated this while speaking to newsmen on the sidelines of the 3rd Nigeria Employers Summit on Economic Renaissance, Harnessing Government Reforms and Private Sector Agility in Abuja. Oyerinde said private sector members took the painful pill in accepting the proposed 62-type committee, and that it was based on a certain premise of concession by the government to suspend implementation of the electricity tariff. The NECA DG added that the government must consider the financial capability of its members to avoid a total shutdown of the sector. The Federal High Court in Lagos has ordered the final forfeiture of the sum of over $1.42 million linked to immediate past governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. Justice Ayokunle Faji ordered the final forfeiture of the funds to the federal government following an application by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The anti-graft agency had earlier in May 29, 2014, secured an interim order temporarily forfeiting the money. The judge ordered the publication of the court order in news in the funds to appear in court and show cause why it should not be permanently forfeited. At the resumed hearing, counsel for the EFCC, Bilikisu Buhari-Bala, said the commission had complied with the publication order and no one had come forward to claim the money. Buhari-Bala said investigation by the EFCC revealed that the former CBN governor received the dollars as kickbacks for approving forex allocation to multinational firms during the forex crisis in the country. The EFCC lawyer said the court was empowered by Section 17 of the Advanced Fee Fraud and Other Fraud-Related Offences Act to make the forfeiture order. Abia State Government has said it would pay salary arrears owed workers in the state civil service in tranches. The Akbara made this known while speaking to newsmen in Umuahia, the Abia State capital. Akbara expressed the determination of the present administration to completely change the narrative of owing workers salaries because, according to him, workers deserve their wages. He disclosed that the present administration inherited a debt of 16.5 billion naira of salary arrears owed workers in state-owned institutions of learning. He said the government had resolved to clear the arrears and ensure that the advancement it recorded in other sectors of the economy is sustained. Akbara said that the government would commence payment of the salary arrears owed workers of state-owned institutions of learning by July or August, with the hope of completing payments by the end of the year. The Abia State Commissioner of Finance added that the Governor Alex Oti's administration has not applied for any assumption of office on May 29, 2024. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll bring you news on the international scene. Do stay.
National Women Leader of All Progressive Congress APC, led by Honorable Dr. Mrs. Mary Alile Idele, is inviting all Nigerian women and Benue women in particular to a national program on enhancing gender space in politics. The nationwide program will begin in Benue on June 29, 2024 at the IBB Public Square, Makurdi at 10 a.m. Expected to grace the occasion are the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu CON, the Governor of Benue State, His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Alia, and his Deputy Governor Dr. Sam Odi, Speaker of Benue State House of Assembly Honorable Aondina Dajo, and his honorable members. Honorable Mike Onoja is chairman of the occasion, while Her Excellency Mrs. Christy Sam Odi is chair lady. Others are APC Party Chairman Benue State Honorable Benjamin Omakolo, Honorable Judith Yahaya, APC Benue State Woman Leader, Women and others. Announcer, Honorable Scholastica Bemso, State Coordinator, Special Advisor on Women Affairs. The Office of the National Women Leader of All Progressive Congress, APC, led by
Benue Fashion Show Season 3 is here.
It's that time of the year for fashion designers, entrepreneurs, and fashion enthusiasts to shine.
This year, sale of forms for the competition begins from 15th April to 30th June 2024.
Pick a form at Benue Television, located at Special Duties Wing, Government House, Makudi. Form costs 5,000 Naira only.
Stage 1 screening begins on the 6th of July 2024. Great prizes await you.
The first prize, 1 million Naira. Second prize, 500,000 Naira. And third prize, 300,000 Naira. All prizes are inclusive of cash and fashion tools. Also, consolation prizes and gift items.
For sponsorship, partnership, and inquiries, please call Benue 0906 188 9838 or 0703 794 5569. Benue.
You're still watching Benue Television News at 9. At our 4 stories on the international scene, health officials say a new strain of the monkeypox virus spreading quickly along the eastern border of Democratic Republic of Congo is worrying. The virus, which can cause lesions across the whole body, is making some people very ill and can be deadly. The current outbreak has been driven by sexual transmission, but there is evidence that this strain can also be passed on through close skin-to-skin contact. The new variant risks cross-border and international spread, with one calling it the most dangerous strain yet. Official figures from the World Health Organization (WHO) show there had been nearly 8,000 cases this year in DR Congo, including 384 deaths, almost half of these among children under 15 years. An outbreak in South Kivu province near the border with Rwanda, Burundi, and Uganda is also causing particular concern. Laboratory testing of virus samples from the area recently found a new monkeypox strain, which contains mutations that appear to help it circulate among humans. The new strain has been detected in several cities along the border, including Goma, which borders Rwanda. The WHO said it represented a renewed risk of cross-border and internationally lead to an increased risk of severe illness. The United States Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has said that a diplomatic solution is needed to avoid a war between Israel and the Lebanese armed group Hezbollah. In a meeting with this Israeli counterpart, Yoav Gallant, Austin blamed swearing tensions on provocations by Hezbollah, noting that a full-blown war would be destructive for all involved and could spark a regional conflagration. He told the newsman that diplomacy is by far the best way to prevent an escalation, adding that the United States is urgently seeking a diplomatic agreement that restores lasting calm to Israel's northern border and enables civilians to return safely to their homes on both sides of the Israel-Lebanon border. Hezbollah and Israeli forces have exchanged fire on a nearly daily basis in Gaza, but escalations attacks over the last several weeks have caused growing unease. Gallant has often suggested that Israel could pursue a large-scale war against Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. The Israeli Minister of Defense said he was working closely with Austin to find a diplomatic solution, but they also are discussing military readiness on every possible scenario. Experts say Hezbollah is one of the most sophisticated and well-armed paramilitary groups in the world, and a larger conflict between the group and Israel could have devastating impacts on each side. While the administration of U.S. President Joe Biden has repeatedly urged Israel to avoid a war with Hezbollah in Lebanon, it has recently stated that in the event of such a move, Israel would receive full U.S. support. Finally, organization NATO has appointed Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte as its next chief, entrusting him with the leadership role during a critical time for European security amid Russia's war in Ukraine. Rutte's appointment on Wednesday was a formality after his own rival for the post, Romanian President Klaus Iohannis, announced last week that he had quit the race, having failed to gain traction. Ambassadors from the alliance's 32 members took the decision at a meeting at the NATO headquarters in Brussels. He will take over from Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg on October 1, 2024. Rutte gained early support from key members of the alliance after declaring his interest in the post last year. He called it a tremendous honor, describing NATO as a cornerstone of members' collective security. Who led NATO for a decade said he welcomed the selection of Rutte as his successor. The former Norwegian Prime Minister took over the alliance's leadership in 2014, few months after Russia annexed Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula. Congratulating Rutte, British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said he was confident that the incoming chief will keep the alliance strong and united as it works to strengthen members' collective defense and support for Ukraine's fight for freedom. Reacting, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky praised Rutte, describing him as a principled and strong leader who has demonstrated decisiveness and vision on many occasions over the past years. According to security experts, Rutte will face the challenge of sustaining allies' support for Ukraine's fight against Russia's invasion, while guarding against NATO being drawn. He will also have to contend with the possibility of NATO skeptic former United States President Donald Trump returning to the White House after November's election. Trump's possible return has unnerved NATO leaders as the Republican had called into questions the U.S. willingness to support other members of the alliance if they were attacked. We'll now bring you weather report just before we conclude.
Hello, here is the weather report for Thursday. Let's quickly look at the weather here in Benue State. We anticipate an overcast and misty sky in the morning and evening over parts of Makurdi, Utko, Boku, Kasinala, and clear periods during the day. Temperatures low and high around 29 degrees Celsius. Humidity of 64%, 50% probability of precipitation. In the Federal Capital Territory, the high humidity will give rise to unsettled weather with possibility of thunderstorms in the early part of the day. Temperatures will vary between 22 degrees Celsius low and 29 degrees Celsius high. The sky will gradually turn overcast and change into a thunder weather in Ekiti State, with risk of rain spaced out in the afternoon and evening periods, with mist and fog at night hours. Temperatures low around 22 degrees Celsius and high around 28 degrees Celsius. That's it from here. Join us again for another weather report. I am Loretta Report.
And with that weather report, it's a wrap on the news go. The Benue State government has awarded contracts for construction of roads across the state. We also told you that organized labor has kicked against Federal Executive Council's decision to step down memorandum on new national minimum wage. And on the international scene, health officials have said new strain of monkeypox virus spreading along Democratic Republic of Congo's eastern border. Many thanks for your attention. My name is Jude Alaki. Have a beautiful day.